Hi, this is Dr. Tom from Dr. Tom's Tours. Just going to look at 4 statues in the City Hall garden. So this is Belfast City Hall garden. So you can see the wonderful town hall behind me. And what we have is a number of these civic worthies. Now often people just pass them by and don't really know who they are. But many of them are really, really important individuals in the history of Belfast. Others are people you wouldn't know, otherwise they do their time and they get a statue. So the probably most famous one is this individual behind me, Sir Edward Harland, chairman and founder of Harland and Wolff. And again, he becomes a public servant in the late 19th century, serves as mayor, I think in the 1880s, and he's obviously well known for establishing the shipbuilding company that established the Titanic, or built the Titanic. Then we move across the, excuse the sun, a rare occurrence in this fine city on this beautiful day in the spring. So behind us we've got Sir James Haslett, and he is a mayor. This was erected in 1909. So this is a time when Belfast becomes a city hall. And what's really interesting is that you get a large number of these statues. There's a real cult in the late Victorian 1890s, early Edwardian period, is erecting sort of statues in public parks. And you know, it's not unusual. It happens in many British and Irish cities during that time, during the Victorian time. British Empire is at its height. But this sort of cult of, I suppose, memorialisation. Again, statues are a real controversial thing today, and people are pulling down statues. But during this part of the Victorian life, there was lots of statues put up in public spaces to honour many people like Queen Victoria. So Queen Victoria, this statue commemorates Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee, 1887. Now during that time, Belfast becomes a city. It was a town before that. Her Golden Jubilee, it's awarded city status, and they commemorate that. So that statue behind me is unveiled in 1903 by Edward VII, son of Queen Victoria. Again, this whole park, you see photographs of the City Hall, just checking there's no traffic. Don't want to end up with a road traffic accident. So during that time, you've got public here, lots of people. It's a big occasion. And again, this is more of the public space becomes increasingly occupied by these statues. Now, I was going over to the west side of the square just to look at 2 other statues. Again, we don't need to go into who they were, but they're always quite useful in looking at. So this is Sir Daniel Dixon, and he is a Lord Mayor of the city. Then we move finally to the last one. We come through to James McMordie. So I have to look at the terms sometimes, because sometimes they all disappear rather similar. But again, this is the 4th statue, again erected in a very short space of time. And this sort of public park evolves very much into a public space, and this sort of new cult of commemoration that you get during that time. And you can see the building behind me is the Scottish Provident. Again, lots of ornamentation on that. It's an amazing building, built in 1901, roughly at the turn of the 20th century. So that's a very brief look at some of these civic worthies. If you want to learn more, you know where I am. Information is here, and hope to see you in Belfast.